This video will help you configure your AWS account so that it's ready to have a Jupyter Notebook Server deployed to it. First, we're going to access our AWS account at the URL aws.amazon.com. I have previously set up my AWS account and I am not going to be covering that in this video. This assumes that you already have an AWS account set up. So we're going to sign into the console. Now I have it set to the Ohio region for the purposes of having a region with nothing set up so that I can demonstrate it in this video. I recommend that you use the region that is closest to you geographically. We are going to be configuring this using EC2 under the Compute tab. It's also showing up here for me in recently visited services. You can click in either place. EC2 is Elastic Compute Cloud. So here I am accessing my EC2 dashboard. You can see that I have currently one security group and one key pair, 0 key pairs. That's what we're going to be setting up right now. The one security group that we have is the default security group. We are not going to use that one, and we don't have any key pairs set up yet. So the first thing we're going to do is set up our key pair locally. So I'm going to use the SSH keygen tool to do this, SSH-keygen, in my bash shell here. And I'm just going to save it in the default location. I'm just going to hit enter. And I'm not going to add a passphrase. I'm going to hit enter twice. And it finishes up, saves 2 files in the default location, this ID_RSA and ID_RSA.pub in the .ssh folder in my home directory. I can view the contents of that folder by typing ls:/.ssh, and these are the 2 files that were just created. I'm interested in the ID_RSA.pub. Let me display the contents of that file by doing cat:/.sh/ID_RSA.pub. And this will display the contents of this key right here in the shell. I'm going to copy this to my clipboard and come back to Amazon. Click on the Key Pairs tab, which is available here. It's also available right here under Network and Security. You can click in either place. I'm going to click right here. And I'm going to import a key pair. I'm going to give this key pair a name. The way that I usually do this is by giving it a name based on the time when I did this. So I'm going to put 2018 Jan, which is when I am making this video, 2018 January. So that's going to be the name for this key. I'm going to paste the contents of my clipboard right here. That was everything from SSH-RSA all the way up to the name of my username and the name of my system. So we're going to hit import, and you can see that it is now available here as a key pair. I'm going to go back to the dashboard. The next thing that we're going to do is configure a security group. So let's go ahead and hit the Security Groups tab. And I'm just going to create a new security group by clicking Create Security Group. Now, we're going to need to be able to do 2 things here. One, we're going to need to be able to connect to our system via SSH. The other, we're going to need to be able to connect to our system via HTTP. So those are ports 22 and port 80. We're going to add both of those right now. So we're going to hit Add Rule, and we're going to select SSH. And the source can be anywhere. The source has to be anywhere. We're going to add another rule, which is going to be HTTP. And again, from anywhere. We're going to give this security group a name. We're going to call this Basic Jupyter. I believe this needs to be a computer-friendly name, so let's put an underscore in there. Basic_Jupyter. And in the description, we're going to put the 2 ports that are open, SSH and HTTP, so that we can always refer to that and see exactly what we have there. Let's go ahead and create that security group. And here it is. We've got group name, Basic Jupyter, and then in the description, SSH HTTP. And that is all that we need to do in order to prepare our system for launching a Jupyter server.